The best cars you can buy for under $10,000. All of us are dreaming of owning a brand new vehicle. I bet you do too. But do we have a budget for that? I guess we can still own a car. A wide range of reliable, value-packed, even fun, and stylish rides can be and have less than $10,000 with careful research and patient shopping. As even the most historically reliable cars suffer over time if they aren't maintained. We also recommend a mechanical inspection before purchase. Welcome back to MIA Luxury Cars, and here are the best cars you can buy for under $10,000. Check this out. (2000) Plymouth Neon. This is a manual 2000 Plymouth Neon. This is only for $500. Apparently, if you're going to get a Neon, you have to go with a manual because the automatic transmissions are really bad. And I can't stress enough how difficult it is to find good cars for under $1,000. The Ford Crown Victoria. You get a V8, rear-wheel drive, comfy seats, they'll last forever, and you can mod the hell out of these things with Mustang parts to make them round turns really good. You can find Crown Vics for under $2,000 all day on Craigslist. The only problem is they have pretty bad mileage. BMW 325i. This big $3,000. I think this is a realistic amount of money to save with a full-time job when you are in high school or college. Case in point, this 2001 BMW 325i with a 5-speed for $2,500. Sounds pretty cool, right? This is also a German car with 192,000 miles. So, buyer beware. Honda Civic. The Honda Civic is around $2,000 to $3,000. Usually at this price, the cars you are going to find are going to be pretty high mileage, but there are still some that have been really well maintained. Acura Integra. Another good car in this price range is the Acura Integra. It is very similar but looks a little cooler. If something needs to be fixed, OEM parts are super affordable and working on Hondas is very easy. Mayara. For $4,000, you can get to find Mayara all day between $3,000 to $4,000. There's a reason people love the Miata vehicle. That is really great. At this price range, you're looking at the late 90s, early aughts NA and B Miatas. The Miata is pretty bulletproof compared to Civic, which has a lot of mileage. Mini Cooper S. $5,000. Here's some really fun stuff if you're willing to dig for it. This is a car that stands out in this price range. This is the first and second gen Mini Cooper S. Like the Miata, the Mini Cooper is another car. People think it's a chic car. It's cute, it's slow, practical, and a cool car. The Cooper S is cool because it's supercharged. From 2002 to 2006, the Mini Cooper S came with a 1.6-liter supercharged engine with a 6-speed manual as standard. This is awesome. But we have to keep in mind these things aren't super reliable. Since they're basically BMWs, the maintenance might be a little bit pricey and apparently a hard work on. But on the other hand, supercharger. You can get one of these for under $5,000 with no problem. The Jeep TJ and YJ Wrangler. At $6,000, this is a nice example of cars under $10,000 and less nice, more expensive stuff. One thing that is a consistent is an American classic, the Jeep TJ and YJ Wrangler. This is probably my biggest oddball pick so far. Other cars are fun, little sports car for zipping around town. Wranglers aren't the fastest or the classiest, but if you test drive one of these with a top off, you'll understand. Jeeps offered a different kind of fun. At this price point, you're going to find a super cherry Wrangler. This is a Jeep. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to run. Infiniti G35 and Nissan 350Z. For $7,000, here's a lot to love in the Infiniti G35 and Nissan G30Z. They are basically the same thing. This is not a $7,000 car, but with that extra $3,000, you can make your own Infiniti looks all grown up. While Z looks like it just drove off the set of Tokyo Drift, Infiniti looks a tad better, but it really comes down to personal preference. The differences don't end there because instead the G35 has a back seat while the Z only has 2 seats. Apparently, the trunk is bigger on the G35 too. The Z has the G35 a slightly beaten handling department as it is lighter, but the disparity between the two isn't super noticeable. On a quick note, the G35 also came in a sedan with 6-speed and that is awesome. Subaru WRX. Now in the $8,000 range, it's pretty safe to start looking at Subaru. You can expect the WRX to have around 140,000 miles. Regarding 7 to 8 is a really nice price point for these cars. That's probably less than what they are worth. But the Subaru tax is a universal thing across the country. You have got to make some money back on all your purchases. I think you should realistically expect to pay that much. They won't be the nicest examples and you're probably not going to find any STIs at that price point, but they won't be a total piles either. AMG C32. If you have $9,000 in your pocket and you want something better, I would suggest get an AMG. Imagine how sick you look rolling up to work in this AMG C32. People can tell the difference and that's what matters. How about the S55? It's black and it's cool. It says AMG on the black and that's all that matters. $9,000 AMG are out, just waiting out there. Be aware that they're going to probably break. So, what are you waiting for? This is a good choice. Honda S2000. Here's the last in the list. A $10 S2K is going to have a lot of miles on it and it's not going to be in perfect condition. But if you drive an S2000, this may be one of your absolute favorites. You have to experience revving up to 9,000 RPM. Obviously, that's not in the list of cars in $0 to $100,000 range. Here's the list of the cars in no particular order. Lexus SC300, SC400, IS300, Old Taurus SHO, Porsche Boxster, Toyota MR2, and MR2 Spider, Fiat 500 Abarth, Volkswagen GTI, Volvo 240, BMW Z3, Corvette, Ford Focus SVT, and Mazda Speed 3. If I forgot to mention a car that you can get for under $10,000, that'll be a good investment. I obviously did. Let me know in the comments. Hopefully this list has given you some good ideas on what to pick next. Now, get out there and spend some money. Good for the economy.